Hey guys, welcome to the channel, it's the Eradicator, and in this video we are going to have a look at what the devs have done to make the Siege of Orison a playable experience, because, well, I remember when we talked about it a couple of months ago. Well, yeah, already, right? Time flies. And we learned about this event. A lot of people were saying, well, that's never going to be possible because of all of the issues that are involved around the Planet Crusader, performance issues not only, but also back-end issue, desync issues, where the devs have worked hard on fixing as many of these issues in order to make the event playable. And so we've had a little recap on Spectrum explaining what these changes are. First is the actor feature bug fixes, and there's quite a few of them here. For example, downed players now may become desynced, but this is actually something that was fixed, unfortunately. So now we'll be able to see them a little bit better when they get down. AI ragdoll widely after changing from animated entity after that, so I suppose that these are some of the bugs that are still there. Various bugs fixed by the actor feature team. Yeah, so these were the bugs that were fixed. Also, they fixed when a player performs a stomp takedown on a down and unconscious player. So before, the body was violently changing position, possibly damaging the player. I don't know if you remember that, but I made a couple of videos showing this as well, and this was also fixed. I remember I made a bunker mission and my health went down to 60% by doing that. It was just crazy. Also, vaulting could seriously injure the player. This is also gone. Players no longer see each other's death marker, because in the past they used to be exploit, and when you were dying you could see other players' death marker. That's actually the case in 3.17.1 live, by the way. I remember having done an XPK mission, and some other players were here, and there were like all these markers all over the place. It was so easy to just go to the corpses and loot them. So now that's not going to be the case anymore. If you want to be finding dead players and loot them or revive them, you're gonna have to find them by yourself. Next, the bleed generated by electric weapons no longer will make the AI animate while walking, so that was also another weird one here. Next, corpses with their eyes closed don't consistently have eyes closed on the client, so now you should only see corpses with eyes closed if they should have eyes closed. So it's not going to be the case in which, you know, someone else will see the eyes are open and you will see that the eyes are closed. I know it's a little detail, but it kind of feels weird when you see something and somebody else sees something else. When the player attempts to grab an item or weapon off the floor, the animation can be delayed, but now this delayed has been fixed and it should be more instantaneous. Medical bed drug dosage for injuries, as they cannot treat too. So what happened here is that the medical bed was basically giving you an increased drug level, but it should not have been the case anymore, because then what's the point of going to a medical bed, right? So that's not the case anymore. Dragging and dropping a magazine into the player's armor can cause the inventory to infinitely load and not respond to the player to action. It's that little wheel that you see when you open the inventory system. This one is very annoying, because then it's not just that it infinitely loads, it's that when you use it again, it infinitely loads again. And that was one of the major grieves that people have had with 3.17.1, and the devs have been working really hard to try to fix that. Also, they found a way to fix the randomization of facial features of NPCs that were added. Alright, now let's talk to AI here. And the AI should no longer start to roam in the sky, which is also great, because you don't want to see AI walking on a higher plane of existence. I've also made a video about the issue council where, you know, it's really weird, right? The AI could see twitching and rotating erratically. This is also going to be fixed. The enemy no longer sometimes continue to fire on the player even if their line of sight is broken, meaning that now if the NPCs don't see you, they should no longer shoot at you. The AI could briefly shoot through a cover when the player moved behind, with a chance of hitting them. Again, if you are in a cover, you should no longer get hit, because it's not normal, right? The bullets should be hitting the thing that covers you instead. Enemy AI appears to be shooting at the player's feet when the player is within close proximity, and now the AI should be shooting at your head or your torso, which looks more realistic. Hostile AI do not engage revive players, but now when you revive, they will be considering you as enemies again, and they will be shooting you again. And finally here, the AI spawn alert instead of casualing patrolling here. So I don't know if you've seen some of the AI in the previous patches. You know, when there are no enemies, they're still very excited. They think that something is going to happen, even though they're not supposed to know that something is going to happen. So that is also going to be fixed. A couple of art and props fixes as well. There used to be some collisions for many assets that interfered with projectiles. This is also gone. Some animations have been fixes. Most of the corpses did not have closed eyes, but now they do. And corpses cannot hold weapons, but now corpses will still be holding weapons. Also, they fixed an issue with sound here, which was a bit weird when we were getting some injured, especially for example like some echo, but it's still going to be sometimes still going to be some heavy breathing, for example, if that's something you were worried about. Also, they fixed a bug causing LMGs, sniper rifles, railguns, and missile launchers to not spawn in loot crates, which was very annoying in 3.17.1. You could not see some of those nicer guns. You know, where are they, right? Well, they're going to be back this time in 3.17.2. When it comes to physics, they fixed an issue where the water volume buoyancy was world space, causing things to float in the air near water volume, but it should not have been happening, right? Also, players and AI flashlights now have flares, which was not the case anymore. Now, let's talk about mission features. And now the players could not see the marker over other players and AI sharing the same mission, but now we should be able to see the players and the AI alike so that we can know who is a friendly. Spawn closets did not clean up corpses when they reached a defined limit and time, but now they should be doing their job. Also, the spawn closets now should no longer remain open for corpses anymore. NPCs now should no longer block the doors from closing, which caused AI to get trapped. The spawn closets should now treat unconscious AI as dead. The spawn closets should also now completely be server dependent. Also, a mission isn't notified of spawns here, so sometimes missions were not notified of the enemies that were spawning, which could also be a problem when it comes to how the mission would proceed. Also, corpses don't spawn loot. That was also a problem. Some corpses should be spawning maybe some items that you may want to have, for example, ammo, but it was not the case before. Also, the AI does not spawn loot on their person as well, and this could include Cave AI, Ninetales, Security Forces, Crusader, Blackjack, Orison, and Microtech. It's also going to be the case anymore. Now you'll be able to loot them and find some interesting things. Also, when it comes to vehicle content here, they've also fixed a bug here, and it seems that the Greycat PTV was loading in extremely frail, which was just I mean, people could just destroy it by punching it, which of course was very ridiculous. So this is something that should be fixed here, and it should no longer, if you want to be, for example, driving a PTV in a Siege of Orison, it should be a little bit more durable, if you see what I mean. Also, now they fixed a couple of bugs when it comes to the vehicle feature team here. Some elevator vis areas. The shuttle teleport back to their start point when they reach their destination, so they should no longer be teleporting back. The shuttles could arrive with both of their doors open instead of just one connected to the platform, but now they will be properly opening the way it should be. A second shuttle could intersect with the first one, killing its occupant, which of course is not something you want to have, especially when we are losing our gear. That is not going to be the case anymore. Spawn ships could appear in different locations on the client and server, so that was very annoying, right? Where, for example, no, the ASOP terminal would tell you that your ship would be in one server, in one hangar, but then, oh, you go to the hangar and that ship is not here because it appears to be in an unknown hangar. Very annoying. I'm so glad that this is fixed as well. Players could bypass the no-fly zone by logging out and in via a vehicle bed inside the no-fly zone. This is not going to be possible anymore. Probably you'll be respawning in your hab when that happens. The Skyway shuttles on Orison could fly in reverse, not anymore, and players could be pushed out by elevators out of the world. This is one of the most annoying bugs of 3.17.1 that seems to be fixed as well in 3.17.2. There are more bugs with weapons now. The one that we've mentioned before the channel is that magazines that are empty will now drop instead of staying on your player. This was not a feature, it was actually a bug. Turns out it was a bug, and now they properly drop. I'm so glad to see that. Players can achieve an infinite ammo exploit when switching between weapons dropped by AI. That is actually, I didn't know that this was actually an exploit. When you were switching weapons, of course you should have the ammo that are inside. I don't really understand this fix here. When various weapons are pressed up against objects, they phase through the wall, allowing player and AI to shoot through objects. This is also how we used to be able to kill the last AI when the doors of the spawn class were not opening, if you remember. Weaponry dropped by a dead AI will continue to fire, greatly affecting player performance. Oh yeah, this was an old bug that seemed to have come back, and it's very annoying. Sometimes when you are dead, your weapon will also keep on firing too. Empty magazines are not automatically discarded by the player, so that's a bug that was fixed because now it's happening. I just mentioned it. And the user cannot scroll the medgun while being down, which makes it impossible to modify the dose for other players or NPCs. Alright guys, well, these are all of the bugs that were fixed for the Siege of Orison, and hopefully I'll be able to try it. I haven't been able to try it because of the time zones, just making it impossible for me. But if I do, I'll definitely be making a video to show you guys all of these fixes, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a very interesting experience. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys, have you tried the Siege of Orison? How was your experience with 3.17.1 PTU or 3.17.2 PTU? Was it a big difference in 3.17.2? Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel in public setting to get a chance to win a Legionnaire, thanks to Dr. Forbid. Also, if you want to be joining my Discord channel, we have another giveaway there. All you have to do is join the Discord channel and enter the video sharing contest to get a chance of winning a Retaliator bomber with LTI. Patreon and John members have automatic access if they just put their name over there. Alright guys, well, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Dr. Forbin, Eric Owen, Captain Snake, the DJ Dunn, and Geek Citizen. It's the Eradicator, and I will see you guys later.